Hi, welcome to Juice Bar. Today we're gonna mix an Amaretto Stone Sour. So an Amaretto Stone Sour is a bit of a variation on the normal Amaretto Sour, which would be just Amaretto, lemon and sugar. In the Amaretto Stone Sour we have more citrus, more sugar, and apparently became popular during the 1970s, and in fact I saw it featured as the drink that Halston, in the TV series Halston on Netflix, he orders to the first boyfriend we see on screen. So let's get down to mixing. We're gonna be working in a shaker, and after that we are gonna pour over ice though. We are gonna be needing 45 milliliters of orange juice. A bit more than that. I'm gonna put slightly more than 45 milliliters or an ounce and a half because there was a lot of pulp, which I'm gonna filter out later. Then we are gonna be needing 45 milliliters of sour mix. Now sour mix to me is just lemon and sugar, but apparently it's like lemon, lime and sugar. So to be correct, we are gonna be splitting the 45 milliliters into 3 parts, and we're gonna put 15 milliliters of lemon in this. Okay, 15 milliliters of this, then 15 milliliters of precious, really precious lime, and 15 milliliters of simple syrup. I don't have a simple syrup, I have a 2-to-1 rich simple syrup, and this is actually 1 part cocteau, brown sugar, 1 part white sugar, and 1 part water. So I'm really gonna use a bit less than 15 milliliters because it's gonna be too much sugar. Already this drink is really sweet, and trying not to make it too sweet, I'm gonna use 10 milliliters of this rich simple syrup. And then we finish with 45 milliliters of Amaretto di Saronno, pseudo almond flavored liqueur. I really like it. But like that, am I gonna like it? Might be a bit of a sweet cocktail, this one. Anyway, now that we have everything in our shaker, let's get some ice. And let's give this bad boy a shake. Let's get a big rock of ice for our tumbler. And let's double strain the contents of our shaker on top of this big rock of ice. I'm gonna double strain because I have a lot of pulp from the orange which I wanna filter out. Otherwise, by pouring it directly on ice, I really wouldn't need to double strain it. Let's give it a swirl to make the ice settle nicely. Yes. And should we decorate it with a cherry? Yeah, I would say yes. Maybe it goes like this. And there you go, an Amaretto Stone Sour. I'm gonna put it in because otherwise it's gonna fall on my face while I drink. Cheers! I really thought this was gonna be too sweet, but actually actually, because it's fairly light, the sweetness doesn't offend me as much as it would if it was a stronger alcoholic cocktail. The lightness just makes it a really easy sipper. It's not like a whiskey sour, which is something more intense that you wanna experience with a bit more calm. This is something of an aperitif to me, more equivalent to a spritz or something like that, something really easy to drink before dinner. This citrus flavor and the amaretto, it's really pleasant and almost like a soft drink, I would say. Yeah, in the end it's pretty delicious. I was really skeptical about this drink, but it turns out it's pretty good. I think probably the big amount of orange juice helps it keeping it light. The amount of sugar is right, so not 15 milliliters of this 2-to-1 simple syrup, but 10 are more than enough. And overall it's a good drink, light, refreshing and sweet. Not too bad. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, comment down below, shake yourself a drink, pour it over ice, do whatever you want, and hopefully I will see you next time. Cheers! So did I like the TV series Halston? Yes and no. Yes, because Ewan McGregor is absolutely phenomenal. He deserved the Emmy he won for the portrayal of Halston. Also interesting because I didn't know about this Halston guy. His other competitors remained famous through the years, like Calvin Klein, Ralph Lauren. He disappeared because of bad business choices, but then after seeing the TV series, you really have to wonder if, beside the bad business and the fact that, spoilers, he passed away in the 90s, it's also because he was a bit of a prick. He was a bit of an asshole. And at some point I was like, why am I even watching the story of this guy? What did he really do? Was he this genius just to bring some, making a coat out of ultra suede? Ultra suede was invented in Japan by Toraya Industries. Is it that genius? I don't know. Some of his clothes were really beautiful, but most of his creations were like kind of like, okay, yeah, I guess it fits the time period. Time period, which by the way also includes some of the worst things for me. I mean, the incessant abuse of drugs, the club scene, disco music. I mean, I have a good tolerance for disco music. I like it sometimes, but all that scene, the fact that you have to be fancy to go into a club, oh my god, I hate that so much. We used to go to clubs, me and my friends, and we got rejected more than once because we were not dressed fancy enough. But the fancy, it's in the eye of the beholder. Like, what does it mean being dressed up? My friends, me not too much, but my friends, they spend way more money on their apparently trashy clothes than those people that could go into the club, but you have to be looking clean. And who are these guys that judge you at the door to go into a club? What kind of stupid culture is that? I hope it doesn't exist anymore. Or if it's still there, don't want to go in any of those places. Anyway, this was a good drink and pretty easy to drink.